What's up, everybody? Let's just fingers crossed that this is all working. How's it going? I mean, after last week, we'll see how it goes. I'll watch chat a little bit more. I'd like to say welcome. There's another friendly face.
Where's my camera? Hi, guys.
He's not that friendly.
Yarg. You don't talk for me.
Yeah, I think we're gonna just jump right in. Jane is gone this week and next week.
Yes.
I don't think she's watching.
Her character's getting ready for the wedding.
It takes a while.
Don't worry, we have preparations for that.
The wedding?
Yeah, of course. Why do you think Azanar took her on some secret meeting?
Dress by.
That's what they call it now.
Woo! Alright, I don't see any complaints. Quiet. Oh, okay, I don't trust that source. Or is it actually quiet? We do need to know.
Hold on a second.
Should we stop whispering now?
Alright, let's talk full volume. If it is quiet, let us know. Let us know. It looks fine. It looks fine to me. Alright. Legit couldn't hear whisper at all. I am able to hear everyone. Thank you for not being a troll, TLL67. Appreciate it.
I don't think she knows how to troll.
The volume has always been quieter than a lot of streams, but we do only have one point of mic, so
everyone lean in and talk like, no, I'm just kidding. Let's not do that.
I'm gonna research finding you software for compression. That should happen. It's just, I mean, like, it picks it up really well. It just doesn't have it equalized, so.
Nobody knows what that means.
Volume, go up.
Ah. Good. Good.
loud, good.
Much louder, gooder.
TLL67 said you'd be surprised.
No, I really wouldn't, but...
We are going to start off in good old Duskhaven. Yay!
Excitedly nervous squeak from Wick.
Alright, so last time you guys walked up into town, as I pull up my handy dandy map that no one else has.
I should have that. I'm from
yeah,
Duskhaven.
It's changed. It's all changed.
Shit.
How many entrances are there?
Well, it's
Ah, 1, 2, 3,
I
4,
tried it.
5.
So,
Ish.
There are 5
5-ish.
entrances to Duskhaven?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
But you guys walked in the main gate in the south, headed north up the road, kind of in between the two divisions of the city. You guys do notice that there are a lot of kind of people wearing 2 different colored tabards around.
This is, of course, not new for me.
This is not new for you. You would know all of this. You would know that there are kind of 2... The actual, like, rulers of the city... kind of like not really the rulers of the city. The rulers of the city are the 2 clans or guilds that kind of compete for territory, and they've always been kind of against each other. One is red and the other is blue. So Teddy having the not Teddy, Wick is their library is in the Enlightened Alliance area, in the upper district.
I'm just that excited.
So, you guys are traveling up the center of the road. You see plenty of guards in, like, blackish gray, like, suits, armor, and such, and tabards. But they're vastly outnumbered by the reds and blues that are kind of going on. You guys are heading towards the blue side, the Enlightened Alliance. Give me a perception check, Mr. Sai.
Ooh, that's better now. That is a 13.
So as you're able to like look around and just something. Might I ask I never did ask how close is your 2's relationship?
We worked together for like 9 months or a year. We did a couple jobs.
It was a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
it was a while ago, but we would have known each other medium well.
Okay. So you're actually able to look
like 150 degrees in the sorry.
So kind of in between you kind of like keep your eye out, Lowtown, this is where you guys need to meet. Wick obviously wants to go. You're actually able to see through your thieves' cant that you see butts. Just right there. So as you're walking by.
Is it like written on a wall or like okay?
Thieves' cant kind of, so it's not very obvious, but butts.
Hey, hey guys, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna walk over to where it says butts.
Okay. I'm still trying to get over butts. I'm sorry. only Brian.
And see if there are any other kind of clues around.
You can tell he's new because no one else is faced by butts. Everyone's like, yeah,
they're over it. I should be too.
I don't get what's so funny. Standard procedure.
So you sorry, what did you say?
So I'm walking up to butts, and then I'm gonna look around to see if there's any other
all right, give me another
symbols
perception.
or
Uno mas.
That is a 23.
Nice. You're able to see another 2 butts.
2 more butts.
One of them's pretty good looking.
They're not 2 halves of 1 butt.
No.
Okay.
No, it's 1 butt, and then down the road you see another butt.
I really want this to actually be just B-U-T.
We never decided which one it is.
Exactly.
But,
That's why they can't censor us.
Ryan, you see one over there.
Sweet. Are you guys following me, or are you?
You told us to wait.
You just keep walking, and you're saying butt, and they're like, butt what?
Fine, you agreed that we would go meet my family so that they could cook a lovely dinner for us.
Come here.
What?
Fine.
See that symbol?
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you recognize it at all?
I saw it a bit in Dune Hildar.
Yeah, that's kind of my symbol.
You've been to Duskhaven before?
No.
Oh. So much for going to see my family.
I don't like that that proposition.
There's a couple more down here, so I'm gonna take a look.
Okay.
Food.
Butts.
No, that's.
I'm gonna
you said that's your symbol.
Yeah.
Okay. Not surprised. Stay cool.
All right, I'm gonna walk towards the second and the third butts.
All right. As you kind of follow a couple of them, it leads you to a pretty rundown tavern.
I'm gonna go in.
Okay. You go in. You see, kind of looking around. It's a raggedy group of people, as you would expect in Lowtown. And if you want to roll perception, you can see some other stuff. We'll see.
That is a 14.
Are you trying to hide, or are you trying to be obvious?
Why am I here? Was I looking for him?
Yes.
Then I'm not trying to hide.
Okay. You're able to look around and see your old buddy.
Does he see me?
If you want to.
What time of the
if
day
you're
is
looking. Jeez, what time of the day was it? That's a good question.
Well,
I thought it was like a little bit after midday.
Yeah, but we're also picking up in a different spot, so.
Then I'm not drunk. Okay.
You could see
Then
it
I can see him
from up there. Okay.
I'm just gonna yell some obscenities at you and be like, Sai, you slept with my mother. Get out of here. I'll murder you. There you go.
I'm gonna turn around and walk out.
Just kidding. Get back in here. I got a drink with your name on it.
All right. Everyone, this is my buddy Tonkfa. We know each other from way back.
How obvious of a tiefling are you? Like, are you hiding?
I got purple hair and I'm not hiding it.
It's
Greetings, ladies and I don't even know your genders. I'm assuming ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
It's rare that I've run into another tiefling.
Well,
it's still rare that you run into a good one.
I'm gonna keep that.
Have you ever run into a good one? You haven't here.
I haven't ran into another one since I left town, so.
Well, agreed. We're few and far between, but that's our lot in life.
Yeah, kind of not necessarily from here, so.
Are you?
I'm from everywhere. A little bit of here, a little bit of there.
How long have you been here? And I don't mean the bar.
Oh, good, because that's about as long as I can remember.
And why are you looking for me?
Well, to be completely honest, I haven't really thought that out this far.
You were asked to be here by one of your contacts, as you are going to guide them to the Elven lands.
That's exactly right. I was told that you guys would be in need of guidance to the Elven lands, and well, I figured that's a lot easier than murdering people, so why the heck not? How you doing?
I thought we were going to stay here for a few days.
Thought that too, but...
That's fine.
I mean, there's a whole library. We could actually learn about Asmodeus here.
I'm not in a huge rush to leave. Lord knows that I don't want to, get up and go to the Elven lands, but, I mean, we got to get there eventually.
I'm in a hurry to go nowhere ever, so we can stay.
Hold on. How do you know that we were here? And who's your contact that told you I would be here?
Sai, have I ever told you who my contacts are? And have you ever figured out how I know the things I know?
Yes, most of the time I just get you drunk.
Well, that's true. Let's get drunk.
We were kind of on our way somewhere.
I feel like this dispute is between you two. We can get drunk, we can go somewhere. It's your call.
All right, let's go about our business. I'm keeping an eye on you, though. I know what kind of business you're into.
If he's a civilian person living in Duskhaven, he's of course welcome to come to the library as well. It's open to the public.
Make sure you don't welcome him to too many places.
Isn't he your friend?
Friend is a
Sai and I have been through some things.
Over exaggeration.
Okay, well, I want to go home. I want to see my family and introduce you guys to them. And I don't know, maybe have a nice hot meal. Get into a library, do some research.
Do you want me to just knock him out and I can drag him along with?
Ooh, wait, is that a possibility?
If you can distract him long enough. Yeah.
I have my ways.
Alright, well, I mean, do you want to come with us on this
Absolutely.
exciting
I've
tour
got
of Duskhaven?
nothing better to do until you guys see some sort of need to go to the Elven land. Yes? Was it that? Yeah.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Sai doesn't seem sincerely enthused.
I think that's the first time ever.
To be sincere.
Yeah.
All right. I propose
Okay,
a compromise. Let's all have a quick round on me, and then we go to the library.
I don't think this place has what I drink.
Let's the rest of us have a quick drink and then go to the library. There's a compromise here.
Okay.
All right. Whatever you guys order, it's on me.
All right. I already after this one. I get a really expensive drink.
In Lowtown, that's like a very cheap drink normally.
Yeah, the most expensive drink they have.
All right, it's like a not that muddy beer.
Nice.
It's like beer. They just poured some Everclear in it.
It clears it right.
The leftovers from the last batch.
Yeah.
You guys purchase some beers, hang out for a little bit.
I'm the odd one out here. Like you two seem to.
Well,
I have some catching up to do.
You know me. I work odd jobs going from town to town and saving people, killing people. Whatever needs doing.
I'm going to kind of make some chit-chat, but in Thieves' Cant, I'm going to say, are you here to kill us?
I'm going to, just generally be honest and in Thieves' Cant, let you know that that's not what I've been hired to do.
Okay. So I'll lighten up a little bit.
I mean, I've never been that way, have I?
If the money's right.
Okay, well, maybe I have, but we worked together for 2 or 3 years, and
yeah, that was a long time ago.
yeah.
Do you understand what they're saying?
And I'll BS with you to just try and break the ice. And I'm generally, despite the casual well, we could just kill some people or we could just not. Generally just about having a good time, just a happy-go-lucky kind of guy.
think I kind of like this guy.
We're so close.
I know.
All right, I'm finishing mine because. Uh-oh.
This is gonna take me a while, so you probably order another one.
Sigh. I will spill that all over you.
What if I were
And
to,
you can
in
use
Thieves
maintain
Can't,
still
reference
all
some sort of, like, drinking, like, ziggy zacky, oi thing? Can I get you to down it?
Yeah, probably.
Alright,
Now that I know you're
otherwise
not
I'm
gonna kill
rolling
us,
persuasion.
Actually, why don't you roll persuasion? Because I'm not sure I'd do it just because you asked me to.
Alright, well...
That sounds good.
I'm at, like, a 27.
But you can't finish that.
But I can!
Alright.
Got him.
Now can we go?
Yeah, library time. We said we'd have a drink, and now we're to the library.
Let's go get some food.
Well, see, the food's not going to be ready because we didn't go there
Let's go
first.
get the food.
Which is what I
Oh,
said.
you guys are going to get food.
We were going to go to the library to have my parents meet you, and then we could say we had some business to do, but then when we go back, we would have a nice, big meal. But no.
Should have probably gone there first and then come here.
We can eat here.
I
Do
will
they have
kill
food?
you.
Is there bar food here?
Yes, there's
Alright.
bar food.
Fine, we leave side. I'm going.
Alright, I'm coming with.
Uh-huh.
All right, you guys head up back to kind of where you were originally, and up to the northeastern area, which is the Enlightened Alliance. You know the area very well.
Yes.
You kind of lead them, and they're kind of looking around the new city, and you're just like, I'm going to the library. You just go right to the library.
I mean, to be fair, that's as much as Wick knows, is how to get to the library.
Well, you can get there.
What about all the times you went out on the oh, wait, no, that was just the library still.
I am in Thieves' Can't gonna ask Sai if he thinks there's any sort of way we could get her drunk. Just because she was the only one who didn't drink.
Yeah, when I drink, it goes bad.
In Thieves' Can't, I'm gonna tell you if you make fun of her size and then think that she won't be able to drink as much as we can, I bet that'll do it.
So just straight up peer pressure.
Yeah, but it's got you gotta start with something she likes, and keep in mind this takes a long time because Thieves' Camp takes twice as long to convey.
Nah, whatever.
We're walking and talking.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's not a language, but you're gonna have to write and do everything. Yeah, it's fine.
So I think what you have to do is start with a raspberry wispy or what? Twilsley. So sorry, I was way off. Start with a raspberry Twilsley or two, and then slowly move into the less flavorful stuff.
You can't read that.
That's in Thieves' Camp. That's in Thieves' Camp.
DM can read
Fact.
All right. So you can make it to the library if you would like.
Okay. I would not go into the main library. I'd go off to the side where the house is.
Okay.
And then go in.
How big is the library?
You can describe your library.
Very big. Even by gnome standards, even by not gnome standards, it's very big. It's very impressive. It kind of looks like a like one of the big impressive university libraries.
Wait, hold on. Is it impressive or big? Either one.
Yeah. it is. I know. I forgot to mention that. And it's well cared for, both on the outside and if you go in it on the inside, because the Timbers are good at what they do.
Wow. That's not what I expected.
Really?
Libraries come in all sizes.
What the heck? There's books here.
You're on the outside.
Yeah, we're on the outside.
I can assume there's going to be books there.
I mean, yes, there are books there. But there are lots of books. And I've read a decent amount of them.
That statement is now way more impressive.
Do they want us to be quiet in there? I'm gonna go with an Australian thing.
It'll move around a lot. Don't worry about it. Thieves' Camp.
Yep.
It depends on who's using the library, but usually just kind of inside voices.
I'm starting to regret this decision.
Well, we're not going in there yet. We're going in. And I would lead around.
Are
the
there drinks
house.
there?
All right.
Yep, to the house. Huh?
What?
What did you say?
Are there drinks there?
My dad might have something.
Alright, we'll see.
Age stuff usually.
Ooh, now we're talking.
I would take you around the side to it is attached to the library little house. It is big enough that like Dragonborn can go in there.
But it's not built for Dragonborn.
Yeah. It looks like it's an addition to the library since the Tibbers family moved in.
How much bigger are Dragonborn than like elves, let's say?
Dragonborn are human sized.
Okay.
So
I thought they were a little bigger.
They can be. They vary.
Kind of like half orcs, they can be like. Because they go up to what, 6'2", 6'3", or something like that.
I think Dragonborn can go up to 7 feet or so.
Oh wow.
Is this town like
predominantly Dragonborn?
Oh,
yes.
It's predominantly okay.
Yes.
Right.
Mostly Dragonborn.
It's the Dragonborn capital, right?
It is, but there aren't.
And it's
like,
your hometown.
Yes.
And you're not Dragonborn. You're a gnome.
I'm a gnome.
Got it.
It's not like all Dragonborn. Like it's
50%.
Dragonborn are kind of like
That's fine.
it's their main capital, but there aren't that many dragon.
That's cool. Just
general.
curious.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even mention that but yes.
Yep. I would knock on the door instead of just barging in since I have people with me.
Okay. Ooh, we get to roll some dice finally. All right.
Finally, we've been streaming for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's taking forever.
All right, I do want to apologize. My gnomish voices suck. So, yes, who is it?
It's Wick and my friends.
Wick? The door slams open. You see your mom. And correct me if I'm getting this wrong. I'm trying to keep notes on it. It's Tara, your mom.
Tara is my mother. Yes.
Wick! He reaches out her tiny little arms.
I'd hug her.
And just embrace. Oh, it's been so long. I've been so worried.
I mean, it's only been like 3 months.
Tell me everything.
I will. Once we go inside, I can introduce you to my friends and this guy.
Your friends and this guy.
Pleased to meet you. My name is Tonkfa.
Welcome, Tonkfa.
This is my mama, Tara.
I'm Valchar. Nice to meet you.
Hi. Wow. Two tieflings, right? You have some interesting friends.
I do. They're really good people. Mostly.
I assure you, the lot of us are fantastic company.
Yeah.
Well, please.
Watch your stuff around Sai, though.
Oh. The one that's not a tiefling.
well, come on in.
Wick will let everybody else go in first.
Wick, if you can see them to the family room.
I'll lead the way into.
It is made
I'm
for.
also taller.
Yeah.
You guys might have to do a little bit of this, but it's not like you guys are like crouching down.
They understood that they were in an area that was not mostly gnomes, so when the place was built, they built it. Some of like the chairs and stuff are gonna be really low to the ground and small, so that'll be interesting. The couch can probably only fit like one of you.
It's like a 7-foot door, and the doorknob is like 3 feet off the ground. Didn't see that coming.
Alston!
That'd be my dad.
Alston! What is it? Alston, your Wick is home. You hear some things fall to the ground. The little gnome just running up and just running down. Your dad just jumps in there as Wick.
I'd hug him too.
Embraces
I'm gonna
you.
dodge his charge.
Yeah.
Just, whoop.
This is my dad.
Pleasure to meet all of you.
Hello.
And a pleasure to meet you too.
My traveling companions and this guy.
Hi,
Also known as Tonkfa, but this guy works just fine.
hi, traveling companions, and this guy Tonkfa.
This is Valchar. I met him first in Shadowfen, where I went to meet with Julia.
Oh, Julia. Yes.
You remember me telling you about Julia?
Right.
Okay. And this is Sai.
Hello.
He has somebody that travels with him, Anna, but she had to go run an errand.
Oh,
So
well,
she's not able
I'd like
to
to
be with us right now.
meet her.
Hopefully she'll be able to meet up with us before we leave. We're actually going to be in town for a few days.
Wonderful. Your room is still there.
Is Kellen here?
No, he's not here right now. He went out. He probably won't be back for a little while.
Oh, well, and Ren and Sindri's rooms are still free to use, or have you guys filled those with books too?
Well, I mean, they're going to be with books, but we could, well...
They're a little taller.
Give me a little while, maybe I can make some room.
Okay. Thank you. We have to run some errands, but we'll be back later, okay?
Fantastic.
Okay. We'll be back for dinner.
All four of you?
Yes.
Tara, we may need to run to the store.
Perhaps your parents are not prepared for all of us, and we should dine out tonight.
Oh no, but heavens no.
No, it's okay.
And I'll pull out 100 gold and pass it over to my parents.
Why did I buy drinks?
Wick, where did you get all this money?
Sleight of hand.
I will murder you.
Okay, not sleight of hand.
It's just stuff I've been gathering since I started on my adventures. I've been saving.
We'll have to have a talk, young lady. How do you get so much money in such a
I'll tell you all about it. I've been writing all of my adventures down.
Oh, let me see.
Not quite yet. I have to finish catching it up. We had a few days where a lot happened in a very short amount of time.
Okay, well, we have to prep dinner and do something with this.
It's to help with costs.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He kind of walks out confused, holding 100 gold. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
And I've still got more.
Okay, we'll be back, Mama, Daddy.
Oh, well, dear, be back soon, but I need to run to the store. I'm guessing you all are very hungry.
It's been a long trip.
We haven't had a good home-cooked meal in a while.
I'll make your favorite.
Yay!
You see me start to like reach for my gold and like.
Okay, well, we have some errands to run.
Okay.
But we'll be back for dinner.
Great.
Okay.
Be safe and
Of course.
come back for dinner.
We're gonna start in the library.
Don't go on another adventure. Come back for dinner.
I'll come back for dinner.
Okay.
I'll say bye before we leave. Again.
What? You're not back for good?
No.
Oh, you're not gonna... No. Okay, well, we have dinner to cook.
Well, we're gonna be in the library for a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
I'll lead the way into the library.
Follow very closely behind because of how awkward that was.
I might have actually made an awkward, like, an attempt to insert myself in there knowing nothing about you and be like, your daughter's got a lot of stories to write, but she's having a wonderful time and taking care of herself. She'll be just fine. Don't worry about her.
We just met you.
But I'm sure
But here's my number.
I can tell she's a great person. You know.
We just met you today.
Like
You don't
less
have to
than an
tell me
hour
that.
ago.
We sure made some interesting friends. Come back at dinner,
Why
please.
isn't Jenna here? And was the same one?
Tieflings, am I right?
Sigh!
What?
Just come on!
Alright.
And we can't just go from the house into the library. We do actually have to leave the library or leave the house and then walk back to the front of the library and go in that way. There is no door connecting them.
Wick hasn't thought this through at all, or Teddy hasn't thought this through at all.
It's my house. I would know.
I'll let Teddy just
It's a
play with
safety
it.
thing.
Yeah.
Someone breaks into the library, you don't want to be able to just walk right into your house.
Exactly. And my family
Doom.
would just leave the door unlocked so we could
Walk
go
through
get,
walls, never mind.
books.
So yeah. I figure we should check here just to see if there's any information on Asmodeus or the Silver Queen. We really should have learned that dragon's name.
Yeah, there's a dragon.
Wasn't
I
his
missed
name,
the dragon.
You missed
Slashface?
the dragon.
No.
I'm assuming it wasn't very friendly. I haven't met one that way yet.
Neither of them were.
Oh.
You get a few snide looks from some dragon kid and they're walking by.
Remember where we
Yeah.
are.
I don't know the lore.
We're not
Sorry.
talking about Dragon Kid.
Player knowledge. I don't know the lore.
Character
Anyways,
knowledge. You don't care.
True. I don't.
remember that we're not telling my parents about the dragon.
Thanks for reminding me.
Oh no. Can you cast silence on him just the entire time we're here?
As long as he is also 20 feet away from the conversation that's happening.
That's doable.
Can you just knock him out the entire time we're here?
Yes.
I'm good with
We have
that.
a blunt instrument. Actually, I might have a potion for that. Would that qualify?
I think I have a crowbar.
Because I think I've got poison proficiency.
I do not have a crowbar.
Oh, I have an iron holy symbol. Just hit him with this a few times.
What's it of?
I don't know.
Iron.
It is.
Accurate.
Just saying.
It is an iron holy symbol devoted to an unknown god.
The reason why that's probably there is because I didn't roll well enough when you got that.
No, I got it before we met.
Oh, I should try and identify what that is.
So I think I have a poisoner's kit. Do you think I could probably mix up something to make him silent?
It's going to take some time.
Alright, you should probably notice that as you suggest this, I just absolutely sure, that's fine, and I start pulling shit out of my bag. So it's
I was kidding. I was kidding.
Are you absolutely sure?
Until he does something stupid, yes.
So should I have
One of the
something in
things-
reserve?
No.
One of the
Okay.
things that you pull out of your bag, I'm going to slap out of your hand.
Alright, never mind.
Anyways, let's start in the library, and then I figured while we were here, we could talk to the leaders about Asmodeus and stuff, and see if we can at least find out if anything's happened here,
Or what they've heard.
and if they'd be willing to side with us and the dwarves.
That sounds exhausting. Didn't we just get done doing that?
Well, we don't have to do it all today. That's why we're going to be here for a few days.
I need to fill up on supplies at some point.
There are lots of shops here. Somewhere.
We'll find something.
Okay, into the library.
Also, I'm
All
not
right.
saying anything
I have
about
the
holy
interior
symbol.
library.
I have
though.
nothing.
Unless you
with
had
that holy
something.
symbol.
No.
Really? Okay.
Nope.
So, as we're wrapping kind of around, it's kind of a nice elaborate structure. It has a lot of circles, and so you can kind of walk in and kind of pick out some books. But you do notice along every bookcase, there's a little stair, a little ladder thing. So smaller people could get all the way up to the top and kind of change some books, and some of them wheel around and whatnot. Kind of commonplace. There are a lot of large windows that let in a lot of natural light all around, so it's not as bright as outside, but it's quite bright.
You can't call them short people anymore. It's actually Shorty McShortersons. I believe is what gnomes prefer to be called.
No, because gnomes aren't the only people that are short. There are halflings and goblins and
Yeah, Shorty McShortersons.
dwarves.
Yeah, we left the city of people who are also shorter.
Those are dwarves though. They're just stout.
Whatever.
And halflings are only vertically challenged. They're not Shorty McShortkins or whatever he's saying.
He's trying to make fun of me.
Yeah, I'm joining him.
I don't like him.
Starting to question that too.
It changes by the day, trust me. Minute,
I was gonna say the
They're
minute.
pretty consistent.
And there is a second level with even more books along the top and the outside.
And if you're small enough, you can climb all the way up to the top, and then you can run along on the shelves. It lets you get places faster when there are people on the floor.
I'm
gonna start walking out.
I look at the shelves. I'm like, I don't think that's gonna work for me.
No, it works for me.
You said I could.
I said if you're small enough.
Oh, never mind.
I'm small enough. I do that. This is my library. I organized it.
And it's a
Which
very
reminds
fine
me.
library.
Religion section, please.
I'm walking out the door.
Sigh.
I do not have time for this. Do you have any idea how long it's going to take to look through all these books?
We don't need to look through all these books.
I assume it's a library. They have a way of
I
coding.
know I know where everything should be.
You have an hour.
Give me an hour and 10 minutes because we have more than one thing to look up.
How about an hour and I take a 10-minute nap?
How about
Okay.
you take an hour nap and then give her 10 minutes?
I might do that anyways.
Anyways,
I lead to the religion section
Okay.
and start looking for anything on Asmodeus, skipping over books that I know don't contain it because, of course, I remember.
Okay.
I'm looking fairly half-assed.
And I am using my researcher feat.
Gotcha. Why don't you read me your researcher feat? Isn't that like an auto, you get it if it exists?
If it exists, I believe so. It's in my background. So I have to flip to a page. Sage. When you attempt to learn or recall a piece of lore, if you do not know that information, you often know where and from whom you can obtain it. Usually this information comes from a library, scriptorium, university, or a sage or other learned person or creature. Your DM might rule that the knowledge you seek is secreted away in an almost inaccessible place, or that it is simply cannot be found. Unearthing the deepest secrets of the multiverse can require an adventure or even a whole campaign. But if I can find anything on Asmodeus, I would know where to find it. Between that and my Keen Mind feature.
Okay. So what is it that you're trying to...
Basically we know nothing about Asmodeus. So I'm trying to find anything that can help us on Asmodeus or the Silver Queen.
Alright.
See if that name pops up anywhere.
Let's just say you do the Silver Queen first.
Okay.
Because that one's easier. You don't find anything. Nothing in the history or previous or any books have any information on her. Asmodeus, you find that you find his symbol is 3 triangles in a really tight formation.
Okay.
That he is the god, the deity of indulgence and the ruler of all devils.
Okay.
So nice guy.
Yeah, pretty much not. I could just read some of this stuff. Here, I'll read some more into what he does. Is there anything else that you wanted to look at?
No, but depending on how long that takes me, there is something else I would do.
Okay.
So how long does getting all this information take?
You're familiar with the library pretty well.
And I would
also
know
helping out.
And I would know which books to... I'd be like, no, not that one! I've read that one already, there's no Asmodeus in there. Because of the Keen Mind.
Yeah. Yeah, you like 40 minutes for this stuff so far.
I would pull the letter out from Julia. And then go from the religion section to the legends and heroes section.
Okay.
And try and find a book that I remember reading when I met Julia about a paladin. Do I find that book?
And you've read it before in the library.
I've read the cover. I did not get to open it up.
Can't tell if that's a 6 or a 9.
What's the opposite side say? It would add up to 21.
It's a 3.
Oh.
D10.
Odds are on one side,
I use
are on the other.
percentile. Oh, okay, yes.
Are you for real?
You're able to find it.
Okay.
Same with D6.
It's a real book. It exists, and I'm holding it in my hand right now.
Well, I knew about D6.
Yes.
I stick it in my bag.
Okay.
You find anything else over there?
Nope. We're done. We have the information that's going to be in here.
Alright.
I've read most of the religion stuff anyways.
Did we find out anything new?
Well, we know his symbol, and we know that he is the deity of indulgence and god of all devils. That sounds like a great big party.
And then he pretty much sounds like he'll be willing to do anything to become the strongest person out there.
So he's trying to become like the strongest god or something? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Anything about the Silver Queen?
No, and I wasn't super hopeful on that one. I didn't check like any history books for her. I did only check the religion section, but I can check more for those later. I just figured, you guys didn't want to be here for all of that.
How long did this take you?
About 40 minutes.
Yeah. In the meantime...
About an hour now since you went for the other book.
Yeah.
I think I was able to. Do they frown on drinking in public here? All right. I think I was able to rustle up a raspberry Twizzly. You know, I figured it was a small drink for a small person here. If you're interested in something like that.
You do remember what he just was about to do prior to walking in here, right?
Yep. Thanks, but I'm not thirsty right now.
I see. I doubt it.
Okay.
She can't hold her alcohol anyways. So.
I know. That's why I had to drink it for her.
It isn't.
So it's being
It's
too short.
It's
Shorty McShorts.
water with raspberry.
Way too short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna burn all of my silent spells today. All of them.
We'll get through them eventually. Just keep talking.
You wanted to
we have a
go look at
conversation
shops?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are there any shops in the district we're currently in?
Yeah. There's
Okay.
plenty.
Would I know where they were?
Yeah.
Are any of them shops that anybody here would be interested in besides me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're leaving the library and walk around the.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
But like, there are shops that are purely like magical or like academic type shops, and then there are shops that have clothes and potions
and weapons.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
for sure. It's a pretty big. It's. I mean, I don't think it's not as big as Ilion.
Yeah.
But it is.
I mean, I'm talking
a good
specifically
size.
about the district that we're in.
Yeah, it's a pretty big district.
Okay.
To be kind of
Sure.
like, let's just say, I think it's about a fourth of the size of the city.
Okay.
So it's not quite, but
Yeah. Okay, so we can go look at shops now.
Okay.
How's your dagger supply?
Low. Very low. 0. I have no daggers.
I always running out of throwing knives myself, mate.
I know. The problem is I forget to pick them up. You know,
I have a tendency to just switch. Like,
It's fine.
I act as my character just starts acting as a new personality because he gets bored.
Yeah, definitely the character, not you.
So, you know,
works,
so
though.
there are things that can help you with that if we can find them. Like, I've heard about a belt of returning. So if you pull the dagger from the belt and you throw it, it'll just poof right back after it hits.
I don't know if I can afford that, but
I also don't know if
do
there's
want
any
to
here.
look.
But that's something you should keep an eye out.
Yeah.
You might not be able to afford that, but the two of us might be able to procure that. Hmm?
Please do not steal in my hometown.
We won't. We will.
I will murder you.
Yeah, that's why I'm not going to do it. Totally going to do it.
How much rope do I have?
hey, he did
Oh,
offer
none,
to solve
that's
your
right.
problems.
Wah,
I
wah.
don't have the rope. I left it when we
You
were.
know, that's okay.
Oh, no.
I got some rope.
I also have a spell.
Yeah, but that's only temporary.
Yes, but if you use the spell, then we can tie him up easier.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, let's go look for shops.
All right, we can go fast. Like, what do people want to buy?
I'd like to see if they have one of those belts. The belts are returning.
I don't have my DMG with me.
How long are you willing to look?
An hour.
You know, fine.
Okay.
I'm
I want to find some daggers.
Okay, easy enough.
Yeah. I will buy 4 of them.
Okay, just buy them from the PHP.
Okay.
If you want any basic supplies, just buy them off the PHP.
I am looking for a potion shop.
Oh boy. Okay. Potion shop it is.
Boy.
Yeah, you can pretty easily find a potion shop.
Hi.
Potions. Oh, hello. Oh, hello.
Hi.
Leans back.
I'm
what can I
looking
help
for
you?
healing potions. As many as you got.
Healing potion.
And it doesn't have to be basic healing. It could be greater healing, superior healing, supreme healing, any healing potions.
Any you say.
I need healing potions.
He walks into the back.
It's true.
At this point,
If you stay around us for more than one fight, you'll realize that she definitely.
All right,
needs
where are
healing
the
potions.
potions?
Check. I was going to start in the appendix. That usually works better.
Good.
But the
1 second.
DM's book, the DM's guide only mentions the potion of healing, which is 50 gold.
during this whole purchasing process, I've picked up on the fact that I make you uneasy, and I'm still probably super awkward, but trying to just gain your trust a little bit, just put you at ease a little bit.
By doing what?
I have no idea. Hanging out looking at potions.
Okay.
Whatever. I've got nothing I'm interested in buying, so I'm trying to whatever.
So depending on whatever size doing, you have 2 tieflings with you.
That's an interesting entourage for a little gnome in a dragonborn city.
Yep.
What is the price of the superior potion?
I am working on that.
I can find prices.
I just need like a printout. That's why I wish this thing had
I
it.
was gonna say usually they.
Well,
have
the
one of
basic
those.
they only have the basic one usually. The other ones are kind of like.
But they're like that one's like 1,000 gold, right? It's pretty.
It's pretty hefty, but I don't think it's 1,000 either. It's probably
I think it's
several hundred.
500, which unfortunately I no longer have. Potion of Supreme or Superior?
Supreme.
It's the hyper potion.
You're right.
Hold on, everybody. Google can answer.
I'm on Google.
Oh. I'll let you Google then real quick.
Isn't it in one of the books?
It would be. I just don't know which one.
The book, the DMG only covers the basic healing potion.
Yeah, it's
so
not that great.
I'm trying to pull
Well, I mean, I guess we can wait a second, but we do have this supreme healing potion for an exorbitant amount of gold.
Insert gold amount here.
Yes.
Okay, but see,
Depends how much
that's
you have with you.
important. I have 400 some gold.
Do you want to go back to my shopping while we figure this out?
Oh yeah, I thought you were done.
No.
Yeah.
I would also like to find. I'd like to go kind of look at the weapons and armor shops and kind of find anything out of the ordinary, like anything that might not be in the book, possibly.
Okay, so are you just use player? Like, are you trying to do
What
like
you
plus
digging
one
for?
magical swords, magical weapons, just a regular cool looking weapon?
Yeah. Mostly just anything. I'm just trying to look at what magical stuff is out there.
Okay. You find a shop that looks like they might have some magical
Okay.
trinkets.
Do you have any magical rapiers by chance?
Magical rapier. Let me go see.
Possibly a short sword, something along those lines.
He kind of rummages around. Well, I have.
Here's the stuff below.
Actually, let's see.
Yeah, and that's 500, which means I am just in 30.
Yeah, I do have this this magical short sword that just came in recently.
Excuse you. That's mine.
You're looking at potions.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, this would be about.
Make sure you're
all
looking
we
at
have.
potions, sorry.
Do you know what it does?
It just helps you hit harder and hit more consistently. Plus
Yeah.
one dagger or plus one.
Plus one short sword.
Yeah,
And
that's
how much would that be?
Property of Wick.
Right, yeah, there's a
Right in
Wick.
the head.
It should happen.
Wick wants your rapier then.
Nope.
Then she wants her magic short sword back.
You already have a magic short sword.
No, I don't!
He said you could have it back.
No, it's gone now.
That's on you then. That's not on him or me.
No, it's on him.
No, he said you could have it back.
I'm useless with that, any sort of weapon, so that's why I'm not there.
You just punch people?
No.
Oh, a wizard?
All magic. All divine magic.
You have that mace that you didn't do anything with for a while.
Yeah, because that thing would be like 3 damage at best.
It's Diablo style where you hold some giant thing and swing it around, but really you're just casting spells.
Yeah.
Okay, that seems fair. Yeah, I'd be willing to let it go for around $2,000. 2,000 gold.
2,000 gold. Yeah, that's a little bit more than I was expecting. What about armor? Do you know of any good armor shops around here?
Well, I believe next door they have interesting wares.
Okay. I'm gonna go next door and ask if they have any studded leather.
Oh yeah. If you're looking for stuff that's really easy. To
Yeah,
find.
yeah. So I'm gonna buy a set
Deal.
and have it fitted.
Done.
Oh, that makes a difference. Sweet.
Takes an
That is
extra 24 and a half minutes to get it fitted.
Specific.
I'll start the timer.
You want anything, Mr. Velchar? Ah, wow. Very hefty. Very nice.
There.
Really? Oh, I thought it was 900 for greater. No, it's 100.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's 100.
Oh, well, young lady, we have this. He pulls out a supreme healing potion. That would be 1,300 gold I could do for you.
Unfortunately, that's a little out of my price range at this moment. Do you have anything lower? I'm not quite there. I just had to give some money to people.
Well, we have some of these and some of these. He brings out 2 trays. The first tray has, what did I roll? 4 potions of healing.
Okay.
And the other one has 2 potions of greater healing. 50 gold each for the first 2, and then 100 gold for the other ones.
400 total, right? So 4 and 2.
Great,
Yes.
I'll take all of those.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
Here's 400 gold.
Just
Now Wicked's
slides
broke.
the potions to you.
All right.
There we go.
Not the only healer.
Yeah, you get a potion and you get a potion.
Please, you know these potions are being saved.
I now have 5 basic healing potions and 2 potions of greater healing.
At this point, Valcher knows that it's the only thing that he'd be able to help out with would be anything to help with like divine stuff. Because weapons aren't going to help out with any fights or healing or whatever. Because any sort of weapons isn't going to be anything for him. He's already got a pretty good set of armor, and potions aren't necessarily anything that he's going to have. So it'd be some sort of amulet or whatever that he'd be keeping an eye out for.
And like, what kind of amulet? Like,
that's the problem.
Like a magical amulet that'll boost your abilities.
Yeah, essentially.
Okay. Most everything at this point is a little bit expensive.
Figured as much. But that would be the only thing that he'd be looking out for.
Okay. Are you purchasing anything?
Purchase.
Player knowledge. I don't even know how much gold I have or what I need at this point, so I'm just going with it.
Okay.
I'd like to find an armory as well, potentially.
Yeah, that's pretty easy. You actually see Sai getting fit for some armor in there.
Oh, hi, Sai.
Hello.
Do you do any sort of trade-in program?
Trade-in?
Yes, I give you my current armor, and you give me a discount on new armor.
Let's see this current armor you have.
Give me a minute. It's going to take about 10 minutes.
Okay. Outside the shop or in there when he's done?
Oh, wait.
Okay. Once you finish, you can go in and...
Yeah, 23 and a half minutes later.
24.
It was 24 and a half. Now it's 23 and a half.
Oh, okay. It's been 1 minute. Deal. Yeah, so you can change.
Okay. I would come in holding the chainmail.
Okay. Well, it's in okay shape.
Good, can
It's
you
a little
right?
bit- Just a few punctures and...
I can fix that, if that'll help anything.
Maybe. Let's see what you can do.
How many puncture wounds? Because that's going to be how many minutes it's going to take to do all this. 14 and a half minutes.
Ooh.
Which has been stabbed
What's
a
half a
lot.
puncture wound?
But some of them are probably in the same place.
I'd probably say at least 20-25 minutes.
Okay. We'll be here for a bit.
Okay.
Ending.
Seems pretty good. Good cantrip. Alright. Well, it looks a lot better. What were you hoping to get?
Well, I bought that for 75 gold, and I was wondering how much I could get off splint armor.
Splint armor. Splint.
It's the next thing up, and I can't afford plate.
Can I just screw the page for that?
200.
I could give you, since your friend fixed it up so well, I could take it for 50 gold.
50 gold. Okay, thank you. I'll take my armor back for now.
Oh.
Sorry, I can't quite afford that.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go put it back on.
Okay.
How much was it?
I would have gotten 50 gold for that, which would have brought Splint to 150. I have 67 gold at the moment.
I'll give you the other 90.
Wickwind Dask.
Yeah, I would probably hear it since I'm in the same room as you.
Rick is quiet though.
I mean,
I
okay,
don't think
if you're
that's
sure.
I've never heard
Well,
Wick be
if you
quiet.
don't want it, that's okay.
Is that better armor that you were looking at?
A little better. Not much.
Quieter armor?
No.
Ooh.
No. There's not going to be quieter armor that's going to keep me safe.
Sweet. Good to know.
Sorry.
Alright, here's some money.
No, I'm fine. It's fine.
Have you seen me spend any of it?
We haven't really been in a position to spend money. Look, I just stocked up on potions. What?
Take the money.
Okay.
Said 90, right?
Yeah, it'll be 90.
Thank you.
You're
He's
welcome.
high offer, and you say no.
I have 7 gold.
Hey, that was where I started at the beginning of the game. At the beginning of the campaign. I don't probably wasn't that much, but very little.
But my AC is now 17.
Woo!
I just printed off a new sheet, and I have to print off a new sheet for next week.
So you come out after changing and you're like, oh, I guess I'll do that deal, and then you could change.
I'd
Yeah.
probably be hollering it over like, how much do you need?
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
I literally can't buy anything else now.
All my money has gone to like paying cities for tax and the
Hey, you got all that money back, didn't you?
yeah. I
And
mean,
I got
it all
my-
came back, but that was
Yeah.
all I spent. All I've spent money on.
I've spent money on daggers
And now new
And now some studded armor.
Yeah, studded armor.
and studded armor now.
Yes. So now I have lots of potions of healing, thank goodness. And I am one point harder to hit. So I think I match you now. Because with studded, isn't that only a +1 to what you currently have?
Yeah, I went from 16 to 17.
Yeah. So you and I match again. Still.
Yay.
All right. Would anybody like to do anything else?
Do you guys just want to like explore the city?
Bar?
Yes.
Bar.
We can drop them off at a bar.
Sure. I could show you the temples here.
I'm curious.
Bar.
Yeah, you guys gonna go to a bar and we're gonna go to the temple district.
Bar.
Can you say anything else?
But
Bar? It's butt. Thank you
Oh,
very much.
okay.
How
But there's
dare
command.
you?
2 of them.
God, I miss Anna.
We're just going somewhere like carving the word butt in the stuff twice, and we're just looking at her like butts.
Are they old enough to drink? I know they have, but
I don't know. I don't know anything about our new friend. Size friend.
I think that 300 years old makes me old enough to drink.
Does it make you mature enough to drink?
Oh no, that's a totally different conversation.
there's legality and then just repercussions.
This is something that both Sai and Ryan deal with on a daily basis.
Aww. Okay. So you guys are heading to drink. Are you guys going with them?
we're gonna drop them off at said
Yeah,
bar.
we'll walk with them to the bar.
Okay. Where in the city are you gonna go drink?
I think I've got a place where I've got some friends that we can go to drink. Friends that I know at the bar.
Wick would have
Right.
zero idea, so.
Yes.
When they walk in, do they all yell, Norm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Where
Not my
everyone
name
knows your
still.
Not my name. You guys aren't even trying anymore.
All right, so you're gonna take them to a bar, you know?
yes.
Okay, cool. A little bit further down than so the whole city's built kind of going up, and the higher you get, the more money and elaborate things are.
Ooh, I see. We're going to the respected part of
But you
town.
guys are going the other way.
Yeah, I know.
You guys are going down.
That's why Wick is making the sarcastic comment if we're going to the respected part of town.
Alright, at least there's no wall you can't get through to this area. That's an alien joke.
I was so close. I just picked the entirely wrong person to talk to. Should give Dad that story, see how much he enjoys that one.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me. Yay!
Oh, right.
You weren't talking about me!
You guys couldn't get into that one. That's right. Oh God, I forgot about that part.
the
The Silver Queen.
Oh.
That was when we were first going after the Silver Queen.
Yeah, they're climbing over the wall.
Yep.
Yep. Nope.
God,
Ooh.
that was terrible.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a long time. Okay.
Right.
You guys are being. It's not the same bar where you were originally. A little bit further down. Looks kind of like size type of place where you might go. Run down and kind of shoddy.
Oh, this looks like it has such a good reputation.
Hey, don't make fun of them. These are my people.
These are our people.
That takes me by zero surprise.
Valchar?
A little too flashy to be here.
Alright.
I'm a little too responsible
little?
to be here.
Oh,
Excuse me?
I said little.
I think he was implying you couldn't hold your liquor.
Oh, I wasn't saying that. I was implying it, though. You were right.
No, I mean, sometimes he just isn't blunt enough. I'm sorry,
Well,
getting
so-
a filter.
I mean, this is nothing against you, but size is a factor when it comes to these things, so.
Dwarves are smaller than you, can outdrink you.
I believe it was me who won the drinking competition all by myself, so.
With the help of 4 other people,
Yep.
including Anna.
Yep.
You're
I just don't
Not-
think you can drink
Who had-
as much as
Who
him.
had the last drink,
Partner.
though? This guy did. Just saying.
great. Well, you guys stay here. I'm
Yeah.
sure we can find you in the exact same place, or at least on the floor, in a couple of hours.
Can I persuasion to get her to come drink with you?
You can try.
Alright. 20? Not natural?
What do I roll against that?
That is a good question. Let me see.
Wisdom save.
Oh, I have advantage. Oh no, this isn't
I don't think
magic.
it's actually a thing.
I mean, it could be.
Insight, maybe?
No, it's not an insight. It's just
Just like a wisdom saving
roll a
throw.
persuasion for your own.
Oh,
like
okay.
you're gonna be like he's gonna try and persuade you, be like yes or no.
My charisma sucks. Come on. I shouldn't be using this one. Shit.
That one wasn't on the 20.
Yeah, this was on the 1. We're gonna
Use the other one. Use the other one.
we're gonna use Wick's die
Mhm.
and not the snitch. No, we're gonna use a snitch.
That's only a 15.
I feel like he makes a good point. I mean,
But I don't
I want to
drink.
prove them wrong.
And as rough as the crowd looks, they're not unaccepting Valchar.
Oh, I'm not saying that they wouldn't accept me.
So,
I just kind of stand out.
what are you saying?
Have you... Okay. You probably haven't as a player. You have not seen the coat that
Alright,
he's
no.
wearing. Here.
He's wearing a white coat
I
with
don't-
red hearts.
I have it.
Oh.
I was gonna say I don't have.
If you can see that at all.
Are you just like a love child in the 60s?
Think of Jimmy Hart from wrestling.
Right.
If
I
you
know
watch
who
that
that
at all.
is.
Nope, cool. Doesn't help.
All right.
Basically, that was the inspiration.
So,
So.
Wick, you don't have to go. It's not like you're not an NPC where it's like, all right, you lost the persuasion. You just feel like, yeah, he makes a good point. I mean, kind of want to show him up a little bit, whatever it is that goes on through your head.
Wick would not go yet. She has not been persuaded enough to go. And this is what
All right. So what's happening? You're at the bar.
Yeah. So we'll find you here or on the floor of here in about 2 hours.
Oh, it won't take that long.
Oh, I'd say 40 minutes.
I was going to say 45. 40 minutes? Yeah.
Well, I mean, we'll be back in 2 hours.
That's
You guys
Oh,
will
yes,
be
we'll
here?
still be on the floor.
That's 20 minutes in gnome time.
Not how that works.
I'm pretty sure it does. It's science.
Man, with how old he is, you'd think he'd figure out time is kind of relative to where you are.
No. Relative to what you're drinking.
Not entirely
it's 5
inaccurate.
o'clock somewhere.
Boom. Facts.
You know, if this was Cavaro, I'd just minor illusion a frog and he would just follow the frog, but no.
Okay, so you guys are leaving?
Yes.
Okay. You guys leave. You guys enter the bar. Even grungier than the one you were at earlier. This place, you love it.
Yeah.
You love it here. And yeah, you guys go drink or...
And I buy the first round, and does the bartender actually just bring doubles right away?
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
that's what I assumed. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is so much better than the library. Ugh, it's getting stuffy in there.
I don't mind books myself, but just rather a nice beer.
What about books about beer?
I'm not particular.
There are
I mean, about anything.
pedal pubs with
ever,
books.
really.
We should invent that.
Beer books.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if we wrote on the bottom of the mug, you could drink while you're reading.
Or we could drink like this, and then you could read the bottom of my mug, and I could read the bottom of yours.
Your drink's not empty.
Not
Here, let me
yet.
get you another one.
Another round. Another 2 rounds are brought over for
Yes.
each. As you finish them, they take them and bring more. You guys have as much as you want. Like,
Which, if I have anything to say about it, is plenty.
I would not be drinking that much.
I'd be persuading you.
Ryan, I'm sorry, bud. You gotta roll at disadvantage.
That's
It's
a
you and
25.
drinking.
And the more we drink, the less you got.
I already failed, so.
All right. So we have a few.
Okay.
And over those drinks, I tell you a story about how the reason I'm here is because there might be a job that you could help out with.
Ooh.
And we're not ready to go yet. We're still in the planning stages. We might be able to use our friends. We might be able to help them out and then go do the job.
Define use.
Do I need to? Or just any way you want to. How attached to your friends are you?
How do you use your friends in this job?
Well, they can either help us with the job or they can be used to help us with the job.
What's the job?
I made my character last night. Throw me a bone, GM.
Tyler, what's the job?
So my employer wants to procure a valuable artifact. And it might be held under high security. But, I mean, we probably get to kill people, and the payoff's great. So, you know.
Do you know which quarter it's in?
Oh, it's not even in this town. This is going to be a big job. This is going to take some planning.
What town is it in?
I don't know any towns. So.
that is true. He doesn't.
Is it Imperial? Is it somewhere we've been
Let's just
yet?
say
or-
alien, just so that we kind of.
Sure.
You would have been alien plenty of times. And
I would love
Listen,
to help you with that job.
You don't have to tell me anything right now.
I know.
I'm just letting you know that there's work out there for you. Let's just have a few drinks. We'll give your friends some assistance in their goings on, and you think about it for now, all right?
I can tell you right now the answer is going to be no.
All right. Well, at the very least, I'm not doing anything right now. I can travel with you guys while I'm looking for people to recruit. So
Sweet.
I'll be around. Another drink.
One more.
All right. Two more.
Not one more.
2 more.
all right, you guys, what y'all doing?
Yep.
Temples.
Oh My favorite. All right, where are you going?
I mean, is there a temple district, or are there temples in every district?
The High Order has a set, and the Enlightened Alliance. I have two different written. Oh, the Arcane Alliance have one, and the Order of the Dawn have the other. I've been reading that incorrectly.
Okay.
So there's like a little
one of which
little
is in the
temple
High
districts
Ward,
and
and one of them is in the Enlightened Alliance, right? Because I have High Ward, Enlightened Alliance, Lowtown East, Lowtown West, and the North Palace.
The High Order is the Order of the Dawn's area.
Okay.
Their higher area, and then the Enlightened Alliance is the Arcane Alliance's kind of area.
Okay.
I think I might have misspoke on that. It's the Arcane Alliance, and the area is the Enlightened Alliance.
Right.
That's what they kind of call it.
Yep. And
then Lowtown East and West.
I assume there's probably a very large Bahamut temple somewhere.
If that's what you're looking for.
Well, that was a question directed at me, which I would know.
Oh, yeah. There would be one in the High Order.
Yeah, in the High Order.
Figured as much. I mean,
there are lesser known dragon gods here.
Yeah, I would be excited to see some of the not blatantly obvious ones.
Do you want to come see mine?
Sure.
Okay, that's in my area again.
Okay.
It's just the library.
We're back here again, huh?
It is not in the library.
No, it is the library.
It is not. It is not the library. Actually,
I don't remember
if anything,
I knew. Does Velchar know?
I don't
no,
think so.
not specifically.
Okay. Then, who is your deity?
My deity is Halil. The dragon deity.
It's a type of market.
I mean, I have a 17 in history or religion.
So Halil, I have her information if you want that. If you want me to read it, I can. She's the dragon deity of humor and storytelling. Her symbol is an open book, and her favored weapon is the short sword and claw. She enjoys sharing stories and songs with those who appreciate such things, regardless of the listener's race or background. She has little use for tyrants and even less patience for cruelty or bullying. She teaches that one must be free of restraints, whether real or psychological, in order to freely express one's opinions.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yes.
How is that spelled?
HLAL.
Okay.
And aside from the library and her home, this is probably Wick's favorite place, would be the temple or shrine dedicated to her.
Let's go there first.
Okay.
Yeah,
I will lead the way.
And I will let Wick describe the temple.
So based on what she is, and the fact that she is a lesser deity in the dragon pantheon, she doesn't have temples so much as shrines set up at places like theaters, academics places, and libraries. Wick did not have one at her library. So, is there a theater in the some sort of theater? Yeah,
some sort of performance.
It would be
area.
she would go there, and there would be a shrine. It's not exactly a temple, but it's well cared for.
So, just as a note for any of the places that we go, he will stand at the door and not actually walk in.
There is no door. It's like an outs.
Yeah.
It's a
then wherever the
like a
whatever
fountain.
you would
like a water.
Well,
fountain.
this one, yeah. So this one, what it is it's a shrine in the side of the theater.
Okay.
So like you can just walk past it and ignore it, but there are little offerings and tokens, books, scripts, poems, stuff like that, pieces of art, anything that really could tell a story would be there.
It'd be okay. Let me rephrase that. Anything that would be an obvious, like, uncomfortable distance, like, okay, there's something there that I'm uncomfortable with. I'm curious about it, but I'm gonna be far enough back to just kind of like observe it.
Okay.
So yeah, this is where I always go.
All right. Huh. What are all the things at the base?
Offerings. You leave stories or art, poems, anything that she would like. She likes stories.
That seems a lot more beneficial than what I've had experience with in other religions.
What do you mean?
Well, my experiences with some of these other religions has been not, I can't say corrupt clergymen, but I've had most of them that just are kind of in it for money.
Oh. She's not like that at all. She doesn't really have like a following exactly, but anyone who follows her can just leave her offerings, and then she offers protection against bullying and people who would oppress people and tyrants. She doesn't like them. She's very nice.
Has she been protecting you then?
I think so.
When was the last time you left an offering?
Haven't really found a place to. So it would have been shortly before I left. That's part of the reason I've been keeping the journal, so I can give it to her when it's all done. It's a whole story about adventures.
Do you think any of the flyers that we've had would be a...
Oh, she'd love that.
And like quickly like pulls out a bunch from her bag and just puts them in front.
Yeah.
Just all the Kavaro versus
Yeah.
whoever flyers.
I'm sure she watches over Kavaro too, because Kavaro's got a story.
That he does.
And she likes people who have stories.
We're all making a seemingly pretty large story. Think about what we're up against.
I think she was watching over us. I asked her to. When we went to that temple the one time.
I'll take a couple steps closer. I'm not comfortable being around other deities, especially if they're paying attention.
She doesn't judge. Or mind. Or she's not unwelcoming.
Yeah, and I guess I can't say that mine would be upset, but I kind of don't want to push that boundary.
It's not Bahamut, is it?
You probably knew that from a while ago.
But
It's not.
because she's good friends with Bahamut. Well, okay, she and Bahamut get along. Can't say that they're good friends because I don't actually know, but...
Yeah, it's not. All the people who I've seen that follow Bahamut wear it proudly.
Yeah. Still won't tell me?
No, not yet. There's definitely a lot more that I need to tell you before that.
Okay. Well, but if you told me, and there's a temple here, I could take you there. It's okay, Valchar.
You know, you bring up a very valid argument. I haven't seen one in my travel. So I will wait to come across one.
If it is a dragon deity, there's a higher chance there's one here than in, like, Ilion or a dwarf city.
We won't find them here if that's the case.
Okay.
So, where are some of these other
Yes!
temples?
And I'll take you to some actual temples.
Sounds good. Just kind of look around, sightseeing, showing him what's up, and nice, beautiful sculptures and statues, and elegant dressed people, and lots of dragonkin.
I will be actively keeping an eye out to see if there's a symbol for mine. Didn't think so.
At least not in this district, because Wick is pretty much just taking you around her district.
Right.
So.
And before you know, it's probably been about 2 hours. Or
We should probably go check on
They-
Sai, make sure he's still alive.
That's the bigger one.
Anna will be mad if he's dead when she gets back.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I swear they're together, but I mean that was disproven.
Yep.
We'll go back.
Okay, you guys make it back. All right, so you guys have been drinking for quite a bit. How much have you had?
I would say I'm probably on the verge of tipsy and drunk, but not absolutely like on the floor throwing up drunk.
Okay.
Not sloshed.
Not sloshed.
I would say I've done my best to make sure that we're both drunk.
Okay.
As drunk as we can be.
All right. So are you gonna drink more if he's trying to get you to drink more?
I probably wouldn't. What I'd probably do is like, I'd probably start realizing that you're drinking faster than I am, and then as soon as I start to realize that maybe you're a little bit past where I am, I start kind of sliding drinks over your way when you're not looking.
Like you take
like
one
I feel
of
like we
the
have
two.
drinking wars going on right now. Anyway, so I guess you're on a 6 on a 1 to 10, and I'm gonna be about where you're at, I guess.
Yeah, 6 sounds about right.
Okay. So about 2 hours later, you guys show up, and these two are joking and laughing, and
Also, I've pulled in people, and the whole place is carousing.
right.
They're still conscious.
That's surprising.
Hey,
Drunk, but conscious.
you wanna come meet my friends?
All of them?
You're back! I just noticed!
We just got back.
Welcome back!
Oh boy, he's worse inside.
Is there?
Are you ready to have a drink now?
Are there empty glasses?
Yeah.
How many more does he have?
Well, they've been taken away as it goes.
Okay.
Is there an empty glass in front of either of them right now?
I'd say one in each, one empty and then one full or partially.
I use minor illusion to fill the empty one in front of him and make it look like it's filled with alcohol, but it's not. It's just air.
Another!
You got one right there.
Yeah, right there. There's 2 in front of
We
you.
better finish these. You know, the ziggy zaki thieves, what's it called? Can't thing.
I don't know if you'll notice, but I'm gonna grab my empty one and try to like start drinking that.
Do I have to roll to notice?
No, at
I
this
would-
point, yeah.
You can do perception.
Do you
Would
want
that
me
be a
at a
disadvantage
do you want me at a
because
disadvantage?
Because he's drunk.
Not disadvantage.
Well, that's a nat 1, so.
Ooh, I not wanted.
You don't.
I
you
didn't notice shit.
don't notice at
All right.
all.
Which one does he
Anyway.
grab? Does he grab the empty
Okay,
one?
disadvantage.
Yeah.
Which one does he grab? Does he grab the one that I minor illusioned or the...
No, I was grabbing it. It's just whether I noticed
Oh.
and called him on his not
Right.
drinking.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but yours. Do you grab the empty one that I filled?
Yes.
Okay.
Am I super confused? Or do I just not notice?
It's just air. You start drinking and it moves, but nothing.
And I'm like, I thought there was more in that one as I get like a drop that was left in the bottom.
But it's still in the glass.
Yeah, you look at it, it's still full.
This beer doesn't work.
Why is my beer broken?
I wonder if it'll work on Sai.
Alright, well, better finish up these last 2 and then get going. We have somebody's parents to meet.
As I tell the bartender to bring
We still
another
have a
2
couple
over.
hours.
What's that?
We still have a couple hours.
So you're joining us.
Or we could...
So we're gonna hang out here, all 4 of us.
Or are you too short for this bar?
I don't know why they keep thinking that's going to work. Do you have a
I'm
raspberry
going
Twilsley?
nerd.
Huh?
Do you have a raspberry Twilsley or any flavored water?
We have a lot of flavored water. Here you go. He puts a beer in front of you.
It's a beer.
I figured.
It's a very well flavored water.
Oh yes, hop is a great flavor.
I like how bartenders in this world only clean
They
glasses.
only clean glasses. That's it. That's how
Didn't
you guys know it's
even
a bartender.
actually fill that one. Just clean.
Yeah.
Hey, here you go. Clean.
And it's with this dirty shirt. It's not clean.
It's not clean.
There's a bunch of really dirty ones up there, and
It's
he's just
slightly
throwing the
less
same one.
dripping.
It just says clean. He's making it worse.
Has
It
Sai
actually
put down
has
his
a-
empty glass?
It's written clean on the inside, and he wipes that spot. He's like, well, it's clean now.
Has Sai put down the empty glass?
My thought was we were finishing up the last 2, so I already had the full one in hand.
Yeah, but they don't have anything better to do. We can have some more drinks.
We could look around the city. You guys haven't been here. I don't know how long you've been here.
Oh, I've been here for a week or so. Not long, but I've seen the city.
Okay, well, they haven't.
The bartender comes out and puts another drink in front of you guys. Another one, and then hands 2 more to you.
Why 2 to me?
So everybody has 2 then, because
We both had
two.
one, and she had one.
I'll start drinking now.
Okay,
You can-
but even if I was going to drink, I'd drink something better than beer.
There's no such thing.
Fire whiskey.
Beer.
Hey,
Can I have a word with the bartender to suggest that the lady has a great idea?
Sure.
All right.
You're gonna say get her a fire whiskey
Get her a
Oh,
fire
no.
whiskey.
right away. He'll go in the back, come back, and
Oh, those are just beer only.
My good man.
yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about flavored water. At least whiskey is good.
He'll hand it to you, and then I guess you'll put it in front of.
I wasn't saying I was going to
So
drink that.
Wick now has 2 beers and a
You
fire
said
whiskey.
you said you liked it more than beer.
Yes.
I already
There you go.
owe the bartender for this drink, which I'm sorry, sir. Here you go. You've got to drink it now.
I'm sure anybody in this bar would be
Let's-
more than happy to
Let's
drink
take a
it.
vote. Shall we all drink our beers and the little one her fire whiskey?
I just want to say you do not have to drink it. However, it would be very, very rude to his culture.
Make the little one drink. So one of
Hey,
the
Melchor,
random
you're
drunkies
English.
says.
Does the crowd join in
Yeah,
with a drink?
they're
drink,
No.
drink,
peer pressure
drink,
crowd.
drink,
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 Do you want
drink,
out?
drink, drink.
Darkness.
Oh.
Hey, what the?
I can see in the night.
Mm,
It's
darkness is
Dark.
magical.
Oh, you're right. That's
Magical.
magical darkness.
Whoever's doing that, stop that right now.
Turn the lights back on.
I will dispel darkness.
I think Wick only made it like 5 steps at that point. Frozen
All right,
step.
Tonfa, pay the man.
All
Let's
right,
go.
I pay him.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if I
It's-
can do that too with a.
It's 130 gold.
It's a lot of drinks.
I'm friends with the bartender, I believe, and I think I've got the gold for that. And
Oh yeah, he's you've already paid him.
Yeah.
A lot.
It is not 130 gold.
You
He just
can
made
buy
that
2
number
at a
up.
time for 2 hours. I'm
Those
just
are beer,
saying.
Ale
not
is
fire
only-
whiskeys.
I know.
It's like copper, isn't it?
Yeah, ale whiskey's only like 4 copper.
Yeah, so that's like what? 1,000 beers?
That depends how
That's
drunk
alright.
you want to be right now.
Actually.
Something
I'll
like
let
that,
you.
yeah.
I'll pay.
All right, so you're a lot drunker than that.
I didn't say to me, I said to the whole bar.
Besides, there are other bars in the city. Ones higher up tend to have better drinks.
Will you drink at any of those?
I will drink raspberry Twilsley.
So no. Alright, well, let's go somewhere else.
That was useless. Burned a spell for nothing.
I hope you've learned your lesson.
It's not the first time I've done it.
You took the wind out of my sails.
And the rest of the bar, too. Because they were all joining in on the chant.
Pretty
They
sure the wind was
chased
drunk.
us out.
Pretty sure the wind was drunk. Alright, let's go.
Okay. We go.
All right, you guys head out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Where to?
At this point, we're in a part of the city that Wick doesn't know, so Wick is kind of just looking around. She doesn't really know where to go or what to do.
Weren't we supposed to meet somebody in Lowtown?
Hold on.
Was that him?
Is now a good time to pick up my studded armor?
Huh?
You know, at the shop.
Oh, sure.
All right.
Yeah.
I've got to go pick up some studded armor I'd ordered in.
Oh,
If you guys want to stop at a shop on our way.
I mean, we'll go with you, I
mean,
guess.
they might have some magical swords. If you guys want to join me.
They do have some magical swords.
I'm a little broke from buying lots of potions.
Well, let's just stop by. You guys can see what's there. We can come back later, maybe when we've got some more gold. But I've got to pick this up anyway,
Oh, no,
so
no, let's go.
I lead the way towards this place.
Yep.
All right.
Swaying and a few of
Yes.
the steps. Just like,
Yep.
yep, we're going this way.
No, it's that way.
Yeah, walking forward, but like it's like a little bit off. Like
Yeah.
we're going this way.
He staggers and makes his way to kind of a ratty shop, not that far away. Another low town shop for armor and such. It's kind of like miscellaneous goods. Oh man,
That one.
I get to read
That
a note.
specifically.
Correct?
Correct.
Alright. Cool. Can I make that roll?
Sure.
Alright. Oh, I don't have as much as I thought I had there. It's too late to not make that roll. I'm drunk anyway.
What is it?
8.
No, you would have better than 8 for that.
Perception?
No, you would have. That should be a. What's your dex?
+1.
Dex is 1.
Your guy would have a +7 in that.
Plus.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be one of
Then
his.
I'm at a 14.
One of his. These ones. It
So
should have been
if
whatever
it's
what he's
if
trying
it's
to
an
do now.
expertise,
Yes.
it would be +9.
+9.
Or no, +1. Sorry, +7. Yeah.
+7. That for that.
Then I'm at 14.
Okay. What is your? How are you doing it?
I'm just kind of stumbling around drunk and bumping into somebody.
Okay.
Alright?
Okay. Give me perception.
Me?
Yes.
Jesus, my perception is not good. Yeah, it's only a +1.
My passive is great.
16.
Okay.
So, I'm just drunk.
Yeah. So you kind of feel a hand reach down in your bag.
Wham! Just as hard as I can back.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. I've had a few to drink. Anyway, and are we at the shop?
Oh yeah, after like
Alright.
a minute or so.
So we open the door, and I believe there's 2 gentlemen inside.
Can I roll to see if I saw that?
Yeah. Disadvantage.
He was going into my bag, or was he going into like my money pouch?
To your bag.
My bag.
4, so that's 13.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you want me to describe the shop?
Sure. Yeah,
All right.
if you want.
So we enter the shop, and it looks like any other armor shop. There's swords and weapons, and there's a man behind the counter, and another guy in the back that looks like he helps make stuff. And as I walk in, I start talking to the guy.
Do you guys all?
I stay in the doorway, and I've taken my bag off, set it down, and I'm like fastening the fastens as tight as I can, and like making sure they're not going to come off.
Okay.
I'll go in.
So I'm talking about my order. You
Right.
know,
Well,
did you get my studded armor made up yet?
Yeah. Why don't we just send him to go get it? He kind of motions for the guy.
All right.
Stand in the back to go.
We're gonna BS for a little bit.
Okay.
Did you have any? What was it you were looking for? A magical rapier?
Weapon, swords. I'm good with swords.
Oh, well, we have like a short sword. Would that be okay, or you like a long sword?
Look at my height. Short sword's better.
Okay, well, we have one over here if you want to come take a look. He goes and opens up one of the drawers.
Belcher, watch my bag.
And
Are
then
you inside?
I'm like standing at the door.
where Wick was probably.
Basically where a bouncer would be standing.
All right.
That's
I'll
where I am.
go over. I'm about to walk into some like Alice in Wonderland bullshit or something.
Yeah.
Oh God!
What? No, I'm thinking out loud saying yeah, not yes to that.
Yeah, you walked into something, alright.
I did.
You're all portaled to hell.
This works.
No, oh wait, this is home.
Oh, me too.
So can I try and use sneak to position myself behind Ryan? With
Sure.
I mean,
Do performance.
performance. All right.
No,
I'm looking around the shop. 21.
Yeah, pretty convincing.
All right. So I'm gonna sneak attack Ryan in the back.
And so we're gonna take our break.
Alright.
So we'll come back to initiatives and everything like that.
So we have another guest next week after we kill this one.
We're talking